Okay. It says I'm going live on YouTube. I don't know. It says I'm live, so I'll retry one. Reconnected. Okay, well, it says I'm still going on YouTube. I don't know if there's any hiccups in the video, but I'm wondering if you can see it right now on YouTube. I'll test it on YouTube. It's going? Mm-hmm. Okay. I have just been notified that I am, in fact, live on YouTube. So, that's it. We're doing this, folks. Me and my good buddy, Munchie Alexander, the one who makes a lot of the music for my YouTube videos, here and I to discuss Thrasher 2023 Skater of the Year results. So let's just go right into it. Say what's up to the people, Alex.
What's up, guys?
Test mic levels all the way up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what's up? What's good? This is a first test stream. It'll be fun.
Yeah, no, we were gonna discuss our King of the Year, the one that we will all bow down and worship, and you know. The Thrasher magazine is never wrong in their selection or making sus decisions. And we're going to kind of dive into that and how perfect all the decisions they've ever made are.
Am I sensing a little sarcasm?
No. For me, I have at least 2 Thrasher hoodies, so it's a pretty big deal to me. It's, you know. And I do know a couple things about riding on a wheelie board, and they got the guys who do it good.
Indeed.
I will say one thing. I think everybody's mad that Yuto didn't win, but that's okay. I think the dude is the most tech out of all the finalists for sure. And he's been a force to be reckoned with for the last few years, absolutely. Since before the Olympics and shit, you know.
Yeah. You know what? I'd say keep talking about what you know from this year's finalists. I can pull up the list one more time.
For sure.
So
yeah.
I got the list.
Let's run down a little bit here.
Okay, I'm going to also grab my speaker, but I'm going to list off all these skaters that were in the running this year. You got Cyrus Bennett, Pedro Delfino, Tony Hawk, Yuto Horigome, Tom Knox, Jack O'Grady, Rob Pace, John Shahanahan, and Miles Silvas. So, any one of those names speaks to you, I'd say now's the perfect time, and I'm going to look for a speaker to see if I can help with this audio.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, I mean, we can start off with Miles and Yuto. And I mean, Yuto I've just kind of dug into a little bit. But Miles, I'm not trying to snub the final decision or whatever completely, because the dude's got skills, absolutely. And I'm not upset that he was a contender, but I think that I'm biased for sure, because I've wanted Yuto as a Soty for as long as I could remember, as soon as I seen that fool's first video part. Gnarly. And I think that Tony Hawk, it would have been cool to kind of sandwich him, you know, that his you know, first eligible year he got it, and his last eligible year he got it, you know. Dude started off the whole thing with what were we saying? 1990 was the first skater of the year that was Tony.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, absolutely. And I mean, we were talking a little bit about Pedro.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know who jumps out on the list to you.
Well, I think all of them are involved in the discussion for a reason. So, Cyrus Bennett is the first up. and I think he definitely made the finals for a reason. He basically dropped parts all throughout the year, kind of slow dripped it, but that's kind of an issue I see, in my opinion, with a lot of the ways that videos are done now, where a lot of these new videos, it's like no titles, and they're all like montages. Like a lot of these videos that just randomly come out, like it'll be some like silly name, and it's like a crew or like a filmer, and they just make like these random independent videos, and like sometimes you don't even know who you're watching. Like you start to recognize them just by like their skating, but you don't actually like ever know traditionally like when their footage starts, because there's no title, and it's also like not in a part, so it's like you can miss people constantly. And I think that, I don't know if that hurt him at all this year, because like if you asked me like what tricks made him a qualifier this year, I can only think of one, and that's when he did a fakey manual half tab flip into the courthouse in New York City.
Right. Which is gnar, dude. Like, that spot is massive. It's always been massive, and it's always been a landmark. Dude, it's definitely, again, like you said, everybody's on here for a reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, hang on. This is a test stream, folks. I'm doing
Power on.
the best I can with what I got here. I'm really hoping this thing pairs. I hope it doesn't pair with the phone and pairs with
I hope it doesn't pair with my remote sex toy. We're going to be in for a doozy.
Where's my Bluetooth? Bluetooth on. Yeah.
I don't have a very good poker face, you know. I think you guys would be able to tell what was happening.
Says it's searching. Okay. I want to get it going through the speaker. So, right now, we are at 11-minute mark. Here, I'm going to turn up my
Connected.
on the phone wireless speaker connect. I think it's going to do it.
Disconnected.
All right. Here we go. We're still here, people. Wait, say a couple things.
I think you're good. No?
Not connected. Connect.
Disconnected.
Okay.
Oh, why is it doing that?
I don't know.
Connected.
Oh, cool. Say some stuff.
Disconnected.
What? I don't know why, but the speaker doesn't seem to want to work. That's fine. I guess we'll just keep it the way it is.
It is.
Yeah, because I think if people are interacting with the chat at all, I'm not sure. All I know is that 3 people are watching, but the audio must be at least good enough for 3 people to be tuning in right now. So,
Can we get any kind of heads up in the chat? How's that sound?
yeah, can I get a hell yeah and a flame emoji in the chat?
We're just
Maybe
trying
some
to-
fucking some
horns, bro.
devil horns, brah. Let us know. Let us know with devil horns and flames if the audio is passable.
Let's get a little confirmation here. Let me get a boom, 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 boom.
Okay, so yeah, I guess the audio is good enough. So let's just keep going here, because I will have to end the stream in like 20, 30 minutes. But the next on the list is going to be Pedro Delfino.
Do you have a clip fired up for this
Boy, I got YouTube ready to go here. So Pedro, and you can see everything fine on your end, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's looking crystal, brother.
Okay, so if I can full screen it while I have
go.
you, or I guess just maximize theater mode. Yeah, theater mode, that works.
That works.
Okay. So you haven't seen this one?
I have not actually.
Okay, so in my opinion, if Yuto didn't get it, I would say this guy.
Yeah, I've just seen snips from Thrasher's IT. I haven't seen the video part itself. Oh man, that hard boiling and an egg on his forehead. Man.
That's so massive. Dirt ride.
So gnarly. Dude. Like, I would never. I think this guy likes going down hills.
Yeah.
That's a cool thing, you know?
Yeah, someone that can handle speed. You know, it's
Pause
like,
it for 1 second.
yeah.
Pause it for 1 second. Just for all those people who are watching right now, going down a hill makes you go faster than if you weren't going down a hill. All right, go ahead and hit that play.
I absolutely agree.
Just like watching a monster truck.
Gravedigger.
Yeah, for real. Sunday, and the county fairgrounds in.
You know what I love? Neck faces expression.
That neck face is permanent expression. I don't know what you're talking about. Got that fucking 3.5 mile yard stare, bro.
Well, dude, this guy has hit his head so many times. Like, I'm sure that has some effect on his brain. Like, I feel like that should be taken into consideration. He sacrificed, like, his body. Like, he's put his body on the line so many times. And especially this video part this year. If you would have asked me...
Dude, everything is ender quality if you rewind the clock like 6 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Power on.
Everything's giant.
Get up on something like that.
He has pop, he can go stupid fast, and he does, like, stunts. It's like literal, like, stuntman shit, some of the stuff he does.
Again, everything's massive, whether he's hopping up in it or hugging himself down it. So sick, dude. Hitting a wally at that speed.
It's incredible.
That was so... See, that's fun, man. I like people that are just... Like, he looks like he's having fun, dude. Like,
Yeah. Broken tail right away.
I love all these little double grinds he's hit. Look at that.
Crazy.
That was so steep, bro.
That's an awkward trick.
For
Heel
sure
flip,
it is.
heel flip, back 50.
Back 50? Yeah.
Apparently this thing is in Fort
Oh my
Worth.
God.
Look how big that is.
Where is this?
Look at this.
Like,
Fun fact, watch this. I discovered this when I was watching it. Right there, you can see Fort Worth.
oh, there you go.
So yeah, it's somewhere in Fort Worth.
Oh my god. 100% of the rail, bro.
Sat in it perfectly. This was incredible.
Look at that. He got on as
Combo.
soon as he possibly could have. That was insane.
Here's the
Oh my god.
ode to Nyjah.
Bro, up down with the double king.
He even hit the step. He did like a disaster on the last step.
Dude.
Look at this. I've been to this spot. This one's New York. Yep.
Yeah.
Look at how big that is. I've never seen anybody do that.
No, that's insane.
Incredible.
And it's not like these are primo. I mean, it's like
No more.
you could see how chewed up that concrete was. I know it's like marble or whatever, but it's like
Look at this.
that thing is eaten up.
So he does a backside flip and switch hill bombs
hill bomb.
Baxter
Yeah.
Street. And that's like an iconic spot. That gap 50 was an iconic spot.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
he's checking some boxes in that category.
For sure. Like, I mean, it was gnarly when Nuge just rode down it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this full switch hill bombing it after, what was that, a front heel?
Backside flip.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Insane.
Yeah, so...
So, yeah, I think we confirmed by just watching this one part that he absolutely
Annihilated.
positively likes riding down hills. There's no other way to get around it. You know, the guy likes going down things that aren't flat. And making his board go way faster than if he was pushing on a flat piece of earth. It's insane. Insane, you know.
Yeah, so...
But the dude that was about as Thrasher as, you know, I've seen in a minute. You know?
Yes. Yeah.
No, that gave me the same butterflies in my tummy as, you know, Jamie Foy's winning part, and that gave me the same butterflies in my tummy as Kyle Walker's No Way Out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And no, yeah, that was definitely Thrasher Soty video quality. You know?
Yeah. So, I just want to mention, for the record, like, this is absolutely, like, valid if what I've been told for years is correct. I can't tell with these results anymore, is that the winner would have to, quote-unquote, embody Thrasher's image. So, like, you have Milton Martinez, and I think Jake was still alive for that one. I think he was. I could be wrong. But when
He died in, what was it?
March
of
2019.
So then the 2018 crown would have been a few months before that.
So, I think it's the Wikipedia. I'll pull that up real quick. So, lists here. And this is relevant to what we're talking about. If you look at, where's Milton? 2019. I actually don't know. He might not have been alive, because I know he picked Tyshawn.
The 2019 crown would have been in December.
Oh, right. So, yeah,
So
he died in the
that's
spring.
What I was saying was he was there for Tyshawn's. He was not there for the crowning of Milton.
Okay, so for Milton at least, like, it was believable in that sense, when it's like, you have to be hesh and rugged and fast and intense, you know, hardcore punk image that, like, Thrasher typically presents. Like, that went along. It's like Soty as an aesthetic. That was a thing, which I heard that forever, which is why certain people could never win, no matter how good they are. They just don't represent the magazine well enough. But now, as these results go further in time, it seems like that became irrelevant, especially with this year's winner, Miles Silva. Miles Silva is the reason why I'm making this video, because make it make sense. Honestly, I don't understand why they picked him.
No, for sure. I mean, what you were saying is, what, the last 3 winners now have all been Adidas boys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's a consistent pattern too. So I've only seen like 2 or 3 people on YouTube discuss this, which is why I want to make this video. There seems to be a common thread and it starts with Mark Suciu in 2021, Tyshawn, and now Miles. We have 3 people that ride for the major corporate sponsor Adidas, and I think
want to throw it out there that Tyshawn is absolutely a shredder, and in my opinion does embody Thrasher. So I feel like
sure.
he is, he just sits in the middle of the Venn diagram that we're talking about. It's not to say that all of these past winners that we're discussing who were on big box brands like Adidas don't deserve it necessarily, but the question is, does being on a major label like that and being a huge sponsor boy on your face on billboards and shit like that and advertisements, does that not embody the Thrasher image, And I feel like with Tyshawn, at the very least, out of the 3, it's a circumstance thing. Like, he just happened to be on Adidas, and the dude shreds, and the guy is absolutely thrash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, this conversation, just to be clear, isn't to downplay how good each of these individuals are. It's just that whatever system that was, like, put in place for categories, like, at least while Jake was alive, it seemed to be like, they were Thrasher.
Dude won it for sure.
A certain type of skater, yeah, typically.
I mean, that's what we were talking about, is like why Nyjah has not won one, but with this track, it doesn't seem far off that Nyjah would get one eventually.
Yeah, I thought Nyjah was going to win last year for sure. What happened to that? What do you think about Tyshawn winning over Nyjah? It's like things starting, like, it seems like every year gets, like, crazier and more confusing. And this year, I don't know why, but it didn't seem like everybody was, like, hyper-focused the way, like, Tyshawn was or Mark Suciu was. Because, like, it's become such a sought-after award now that people will literally, like, plan, like, okay, it's January 1st. I'm going to start filming for this year's Skater of the Year video parts, so that by the time Soty season happens, like, they're all stocked up on footage. Like, some people take it that seriously now. But this year wasn't clear. At the very end, there was that little pop, but all throughout the year, it's like, I don't know if Cyrus Bennett was putting out footage, but, like, I don't remember any of it.
Right. I mean, the only one, like, classic move is to, either do what you're saying or drop a video of bangers in December.
Well, that's what a lot of these people did, which is, like, a right move, but I was reading that
you're fresh in everybody's mind, you know what I mean? You see it with the film industry, you see it with the video game industry. Everybody tries to drop their shit right before video game of the year, movie of the year, blah 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 blah. And it's to stay fresh in everybody's head. But Yuto, again, like, this wasn't like the best Yuto part I've ever seen by any means, but the dude is so consistent. He's a robot. Like, it goes beyond the Thrasher image as far as I'm concerned, and he's the outlier on the list, I feel like, and he's too tech to even, like, sort of be in that kind of conversation. He's too good. He's, like, above that shit, It's insane. Like, the dude, I don't know. Again, I'm biased. I'm a huge Yuto fanboy, and no, I just want to see him get his due for sure.
Well, let's talk about a couple things here. So, it's been said in the past that, like, if you're a major contest skater, Thrasher completely overlooks that for some reason because it's not tough enough or not hardcore. It's not core skating enough to be paying attention to contests. Like, I think that shouldn't be overlooked. And Yuto won almost every single contest this year that he entered. He beat Nyjah every single time. And don't forget, he won the Olympics the year before. Like, surely some of that has to be taken into consideration. Like, I think that's insane to, like, say that it doesn't.
For sure. Absolutely. And I mean, no, for sure, dude. Like, again, like, I don't think I need to talk about how much I think Yuto got snubbed here as well. You know, and last year too. Like, it is what it is, though. I mean, hopefully he gets it next year if he's putting out more bangers. But I don't know. That's another thing. Is like, you never know how long a dude's gonna be in the game. You know?
Yeah.
Because some dudes are out there like Chris Cole, you know, 90 million years old, still shredding. Tony Hawk just put out a video part.
He was a finalist. Tony was a finalist.
And I feel like that's just an honorary thing. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because, like, it's not really common that we see somebody who skates the style
Dog.
of just skating big ramps, you know?
Yeah.
Nobody's chucking, you know, awards at Bob Burnquist for skating his massive ramp and
Helicopters.
you know?
Literally skating
But
helicopters.
and that dude's still having fun, but like, I think it was an honorary thing because he's claiming this is his last video part and he was our first.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So I think the intention was to just, at least he's got to be on the list. He's got to be an honorable mention for, you know, the status. Like, who is Tony Hawk, bro? He is skateboarding.
He's built, like, all these parks.
Most of us are into skateboarding, you know what
The
I'm
video
saying?
game. Yeah, he's had such a widespread influence.
For
So
sure.
I feel like
I videotaped the
Respect.
900 when I was a kid. Like, it was on past my bedtime, and I popped the tape in the VCR and set it to record at a certain time, and I had that on a VHS. Was the Tony Hawk 900, and I watched it a million times, and I didn't know what was happening, and it was just the coolest thing ever. And no, for sure, I think it's clear why Tony was on the list, you know, because if it was just another video part from him, everybody would be like, okay, yep, he's the dude.
so. That is number 3. Tony on the list. Number 4, Yuto. We've been through it. Let's be clear. I think Yuto should have won Skater of the Year, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell everybody why. He created his own trick, which in like the year 2023, how many people can still say that? And it's called the U tornado spin, where he does like all these alley-oop spins, and he does like a nollie 270 alley-oop into a no slide, and then he does a 270 out of that. So it is a tornado. It's absolutely insane, and like he's doing it in contests now. I just saw another one posted today, but like he has his own trick named after him, which is insane. And then on top of that, he did tricks that I've never seen, like never been done, NBDs. He did a never been done trick in his Japan part, where he filmed a video part in the city of Tokyo, I believe, and he did it in a matter of months. Like that on its own, with a never been done trick, like that's why obviously he's in the finals, but I think he should have won because he dominated the contest bracket and he put out these insane video parts. And I truly believe he put out enough footage, especially with that last minute part at the end where he did that nollie late front foot flip nose slide. I think it was his last trick.
It was the ender on there.
Who else has done that? Who else is doing late front foot flips into stuff, especially a handrail? Like, come on. What is
down the handrail? Yeah.
Unbelievable. Like, to me, that's Skater of the Year material.
For sure. No, the guy is doing stuff that no one's even thinking about doing.
Right.
It's like watching someone play a skateboarding simulator video game next to a bunch of people who are riding a skateboard. Like, it's insane how tech this dude is. He's not human. He's a robot. Like I was saying earlier, like if you throw a protractor on the ground, the guy's 180s are perfectly 180s. His 270s are perfectly 270s. Everything is 100%, like, the dude, like, is doing, like, physics. The dude's doing geometry, bro. It's like he's not skateboarding anymore.
Okay, so the next up on the list, I believe, is Tom Knox. Okay, so
believe it was.
Tom Knox is next, and I only have like another like 15 minutes tops to like blow through this list. So let's go rapid fire. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 left on the list. 15 minutes. I give these people each like 5 minutes or so or less. So Tom Knox. Let's just go to like YouTube search results for video parts. So he put out, we got 1, 2, maybe 3. Okay, so maybe like 3 or 4 solid video parts he put out this year. And like a lot of it was, loaded to all pop off at the end when these people typically submit,
Their Soty parts.
Yeah, Soty season. That's like a whole thing now. And this guy, he loaded up at the end. Absolutely incredible skateboarder. Do I think he deserved to win Skater of the Year? I don't think this was his year, but he did plenty to put him into that finals category. I don't know if you got to see any of it.
I'm not sure. Again, like, most of my reference to everything is just kind of like what pops up on the Thrasher IG.
Yeah.
And like flip ups and stuff.
So, like I was saying to you earlier before this stream, when I get to this part, I'm just going to play like the tail end of a couple of these parts. And I have the volume turned down a bit, so
Sure.
we can have it playing in the back here. So you get to watch a little bit of it. This I thought was crazy.
What? How?
I know.
Like 1 foot of runway?
He does a lot of like quick-footed stuff. That's his signature. Lots of weird, wacky, interesting spots. He's like in his mid-30s too, I think. So yeah, there's some of his skating. Oh, here's his ender right here. It's pretty crazy.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That's different. I can appreciate that for sure.
I can't believe he was able to clear that.
That's, yeah, again, like 0 time to get your feet ready.
So that's like one of the more recent parts that I remember. He came out with this Dickies part how long ago? 2 months ago. So it's already kind of gearing up for this Soty season type of thing. I'll just play here from the tail end. Wow.
0 space to work with there when you're doing any kind of body burial.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Man. And then threading the needle on the landing zone, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know that's a fisheye, but, like, that's not a lot of space to work with. Like, he had a couple inches on either side of his wheels.
Super impressive.
No, for sure.
So...
Who else we got on the list here?
So yeah, I mean, he also
An honorable mention, but I still don't
absolutely
feel like that's holding a candle to Yuto or
He got the cover for this ollie in between, right there.
I did see that clip. That
Yeah.
shit was insane.
So that's Tom Knox. Next on the list is Jack O'Grady. Do you remember anything about this guy?
I'd have to see it
Okay.
to see if I even recognize anything. So far, the only thing that I recognize from Tom that I've seen before was that threading the needles through that skinny ass 12 or whatever that was.
So maybe it's important to put 2023 also. Here's what he got done this year. His most recent part was 2 weeks ago. And he's like a crazy gap and handrail skater. And he goes pretty fast. Make sure to like the stream if you're still on here. Who are we streaming to right now? One person. I don't care. I love it. There's that rail again. That's crazy. What's crazier, the Smith or the Crook on that?
I think the Crook, you got to get your nose up. It's a whole different ball game.
Yeah. I think Crook's crazier too. Both are still nuts. That is
Absolutely. I can't
really,
oh, Jesus.
really crazy handrail. So far, what are your impressions of Jack O'Grady?
I'm loving the pace a lot more. This is the kind of shit I'm talking about where, it feels like machine gun fire when you're watching the video part. Like,
Wow.
yes, this is already way more Hesh than the Tom Knox video we just saw.
Yeah. I think this guy fits the Thrasher Soty aesthetic more than Tom.
For sure, working its thick, but like the speed, the just hucking, it's this guy's giving that Thrasher vibe way harder. Hitting the shit out of metal barriers and
That spot looks fun.
he's just hauling ass all of the time.
Yeah. I definitely think he deserved to be on the finals list. I think it's weird that Ryan Thompson, shout out to Ryan Thompson from Austin, Texas here, I think he deserved to be a finalist like 110,000%. I was rewatching all of his Texas three-step parts, which, by the way, that's more than enough footage to make that finals list. And I think he should have had like an honorable mention for sure. That's crazy.
Yeah, there's so many more terrifying spots in this guy's part,
Yeah. I don't know why he did this. He just rides straight up into dirt. Why? Like, that looked like it took so much effort. That is crazy. I don't know why. Like, put a piece of plywood down.
He's too Hesh for that.
That's crazy. Look at that. That's an iconic spot.
For sure.
Sheesh. Couldn't tell you where it is. I think it's France, if I had to guess. I've seen it in a lot of videos. So,
So already already I'm putting this dude up there with who was the first dude we bought? With Pedro. Pedro was fire for sure.
Yeah, that's more like Pedro vibes. So next on the list is Rob Pace. I don't know if you saw anything from Rob.
I don't think I have.
So probably gonna have to end this stream soon. So I'm gonna really blast through these last couple ones. So Rob Pace is next. And I think the thing that like really sticks out is his crazy grind that he did. I'll just play some of his My War, this like crazy rail that he skated.
Jesus.
So it's like it breaks in the middle like 3 times. This is an example. Like this is all you really need to see like an example of his skating. I'll play like a couple clips, but like he does stuff where it's like I don't even know where he finds all these crazy handrails.
It's twilight covered by trees, so it's even darker than the ambient light. So we're like, all right, let's just call it for the day. We'll come back tomorrow.
Let's get to the good stuff.
Trying to get back into that mindset of like focusing and just being like, this is the time to land it, like I've got to get it now. I definitely had that playing over and over in my head all the time.
Was he from Australia or is he from New Zealand?
I honestly have no idea. But here it is, I think. 1, 2. Oh my god. Stick the third. The struggle. Dude.
Yeah, the speed that you're picking up on something like that is insane.
Yeah. Round rail too. Ooh, sketchy.
It's terrifying. Oh, jeez.
Pulls it out.
Jeez. So yeah, that's Rob Pace. I mean, I am definitely running out of time, so I'm just gonna go on to the next one. I said I'd play a couple clips of him, but it's like you pretty much get it. He's a crazy handrail skater.
For sure.
I'll play like couple whatever. These okay, so here's another good example. Is this. Like that's the type of stuff he's doing.
My God.
Broken tail right away.
That's so sick though.
Yeah.
That Smith was so dipped.
Crazy.
It was perfectly boned out like you like to see him.
So next up is John Shahanahan. Do you know anything about John Shahanahan?
I don't think I've even heard that name before.
No way. Then you're in for a surprise. So he came out with a bunch of videos, and he came out with a couple during the Soty season, during the sweeps period. I think this was the last one I watched 2 weeks ago. He always like a full-size fence with like a tile propping it up at that municipal plaza in Philly.
Jeez.
You'll see. I'll play some of like the tail end of this part. I think he's hilarious. Like just like his style, his aesthetic. He's like a cutout from like Josh Kalis era. He even like skates like the same type of spots. So this is some of him. It's so funny. He like literally like his look is like time travel back to like the 90s.
For sure.
So crazy skill. Like
No, like that gnarly East Coast, like just doing the tricks kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, baggy,
Like-
swaggy.
Exactly.
Look at that. Oh, I think that was a cover. So once again, those types of things I think play a factor if you win Skater of the Year. Did you get a cover? If so, that should be like one.
That was so sick, though.
Woo! That should be
That knows
something.
what?
Oof. So yeah, I was looking for that full-size fence that he does. Maybe it's this one. Yeah, here. Maybe just a clip. This is insane.
What the hell?
That's a full-size... Look at that. That's a full-size fence with just a tile.
That's insane.
Incredible.
Fantastic.
So, last one on the list. Saving the best question mark for last. This is the whole reason we're here. Miles Silva's announced officially Skater of the Year 2023. And I'll play some of his stuff, but you tell me, compared to everything we just watched and talked about, things you can agree or disagree. Like, I'm honestly confused. I don't know why they picked him as far as Thrasher Skater of the Year this year. If I'm being completely honest. He's incredible, don't get me wrong, but like after everything we just talked about, aesthetic, trick selection, amount of footage, covers, everything, all those factors, this is the part that pushed him through. And I just don't, I'm left a little confused.
Like already, that was like, what, 20 seconds of dead space of him just rolling?
He's just chilling. I think that's supposed to like present to the viewer that like he's so casual and like how he does it, which I think that. But like when you think of Thrasher Skater of the Year, you think of like fast, in your face, not like clean and casual.
Right, that's kind of what I'm saying with like these parts that make me feel like it's a Soty part. Like Walker's No Way Out made me feel like that. The Jamie Floyd part that came out when he won made me feel like that. Fucking Yuto's Tokyo part made me feel like that. Fucking, and this is like, yeah, this is fire or whatever, but it's not groundbreaking. It's clean.
Yeah.
But it's...
Yeah, like I couldn't think, like there are some iconic spots that he hits. I'm honestly wondering, and this is my opinion, and this is completely a conspiracy theory in like I'm spitballing right now, but I have thought like the fact that
was sick.
That was crazy. What I was saying is it a conspiracy to say that the fact that he filmed the entire thing basically in SF and Thrasher's based out of SF, is that like some weird favoritism thing also?
I mean, you never know what's actually going into play. I don't feel like that would account to it, but you never know, you know? Like, I almost feel like that would be more of a factor if Phelps were still alive. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, No, for sure. I think I see what you're saying, but
I'm not sure either. I just thought that was funny. And another common thing, he rides for Adidas. It's like those are two patterns that like they kind of like take me out of the skating for a second and question why he won.
like there's a bunch of like switch shit for sure. But I mean, like when you look at someone like Yuto, it's like, bro, this is a morning wake up for Yuto. Like this is like right before bedtime when he's been skating for like 19 hours. He's like, yeah, I guess I'll do this real quick. Like, bro, this guy's like throwing down a switch brick down a little mellow rail, right? Like, it's gnarly, but like, Utah would have fucking 270 fucking flipped into it.
He would have done like some alley-oop spin.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do I feel like this is Soty worthy? No.
Is it good? Yes. Is it
Exactly.
2023 Skater of the Year winner?
No.
No.
And that's the thing, is like, this kind of doesn't feel like it would be any year, you know? Like, this doesn't beat the Jamie Foy part. This doesn't beat Kyle Walker's part. Tyshawn's part. Like, you know? It's cool, but like... And then you gotta have the Too Short, that Bay Area rap music. Like, you know, and it's funny you said that, because, like, I've lived in the Bay Area my entire life, and I recognize some of these places from real life. And, like, obviously, you know, Third and Army's in there, and there's a couple other little Frisco spots that are in here. But, like, I don't feel any favoritism towards it, because, like, this is, you know, where I grew up. So, like, yeah, cool, fake the trade on it, but I mean, like...
Definitely crazy skating.
For sure, no, and again, it's clean, I'm not trying to shit on it, but it's not Soty to me.
No.
It's like, how are you going to pick? Like, if we're talking about, like, okay, he doesn't necessarily embody that Hesh-ass vibe, right?
Yeah.
And then, like, okay, so then what did he win off of if he's not winning off of what we
Here's
thought Thrasher was
an
about?
iconic spot. Switch heel flip that double set. That's in SF.
For sure.
I mean, I guess that is like a check mark. But, like, it
If
doesn't...
he's not Hash, he would be ideally judged on his technical ability, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yuto shits on him for that. And
Yeah.
there's other people who shit on him for the Hesh shit.
This is an
Like-
iconic spot right here. Switch front blunt. That's definitely incredible. Absolutely. No doubt. But
For sure, to pop up on a ledge that's like, you saw that. That was like waist high to him.
huge for sure. But yeah, I agree. Like Yuto's stuff that he did compared to this, here's like the last two tricks. So that front crook got him the cover. There's one of your, you know, check that box. Into a hill bomb, crazy. So he can go fast like Pedro, but it's not like the same. It's not the same attitude, you know.
It's not, dude. And it's like, what did you like? It's so sparkly and clean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, needs a little dirt on it. Look at
No,
that.
for sure.
Woo!
Like, see, that's cool. That's sick. But like, when you look at, like, we just watched Pedro's part, and literally anything that he did prior to a hill bomb was manier than that. So no, I'm 100% with you.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I think if we're going off the technical ability, Yuto's, there's not a fucking question. Yuto would have won that if it was pure tech. But
Yeah.
if we're talking about the Thrasher Soty material, it's not Miles.
No, it's not Miles. Yeah, let's be clear. Like even Jack O'Grady fit that more.
Oh, for sure. But I mean, like, if we're going off, yeah, the Narnar, it's for sure Pedro. I'm thinking
Pedro. Yeah. He did a backside flip and switch hill bomb Baxter Street. So there's an iconic spot. If that's like a box that you check to like things, you know, for
That's
things
a
to help
dirty
you.
Spot. That's a dirty famous spot. You know what I'm saying?
Cracks everywhere.
For sure, like
Sketchy.
and then the uphill afterwards, hella people won't fucking go down it because of that shit. Like, and it's like, no, the whole thing is fucking hash as fuck. And you're telling me that this guy's more hash than that, or more tech than Yuto? False,
Right.
bro. False.
Right. No, I agree. That's well said. So right now we're wrapping things up. Thanks to everybody that tuned in to the stream. This is my first test stream here. I'm only rocking like the cell phone, filming my laptop. So
Again, thank you for having me, and thank you for listening to my inexperienced, incoherent babbling about this.
no, thank you. I wanted to like actually discuss with real people like what happened. How did they reach this decision? Because like I got like a fresh look because you hadn't seen some of this. Like, make it make sense. That was like the whole premise from the beginning. I'm confused.
And I'm glad to have given you that, unbiased perspective. I mean, as close as I can get to it. Obviously, like, I'm a huge Yuto boy, but like
Pedro too. It's crazy.
for sure. And like, it's. Yeah, no, I'd be fine if it wasn't going to Yuto if the other skater offered something that Yuto couldn't, and Miles is not that, but Pedro can. Pedro's like hucking himself down gnarly hill bums right after a fucking a rail or right after a fat fucking backside flip or whatever it is. And yeah, no, dude, that's false, bro. Not my president.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a not my Soty this year for Miles Silvas. The first time ever. I'm like, I'm not seeing it.
Not my Soty. I'm signing up, bro.
New hashtag, dude.
Yeah, dude. Not my Soty.
So.
Not my Soty. Not my problem. That's what I said.
all right, everybody. That's gonna do it for this stream. Make sure to like the stream. Make sure to comment below. That was another point of this. I just wanted to hear like some real discussion on this issue because the results just came out. I've only seen a couple videos. So I'm testing the stream, and I just want to hear from people also. Is it just me, or did this year's Soty prediction go a lot differently than a lot of people expected? So that's it for now. Subscribe to the channel, and hopefully I'll do some more streams soon, and they're only going to keep getting better. So thanks to everybody, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Peace out.